Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. Now, the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption has been in the news several times. Their surprise checks and regular traps to nail corrupt officials have perhaps boosted the confidence of the common man in the system. However, there is another side to the story that is quite shocking. Ndtv-Hindu has gained access to some confidential documents that reveal how the DVAC is used as a political weapon to settle scores. A special investigation by our reporter Shabir Ahmed. The disproportionate assets case, a term that has haunted Indian politics for long. But look at these documents of the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption. They clearly reveal how action against some AIADMK politicians were dropped by the then government. Among the most prominent faces are former Minister Sengotian, D. Jayakumar, Vararmadi, Chinnaswamy and Pandurangan. Out of the 23 cases registered against the former AIADMK ministers and MLAs, action has been dropped in 19 cases after a preliminary inquiry was conducted with utmost secrecy. Out of 27 other cases, action was dropped in 17 cases after a detailed inquiry. Out of 31 regular cases registered under the Code of Criminal Procedure, 8 cases were dropped by the government and trial is pending for 13 cases. Only 5 former ministers were convicted by a lower court and later acquitted by the High Court. And that is not all. During the AIADMK regime in 2001-2006, several cases were registered against the DMK's top brass and later discharged after the DMK came back to power with a thumping victory in 2006. Political analysts say the DVAC has always been used as a weapon to settle political vendetta.
See, DVAC is practically only a political tool, though legally and technically it is not. What happens is ADMK files cases against DMK ministers once it comes to power, then vice versa DMK files cases, and every time they come to power they drop cases against their own party men.
While several cases against politicians are dropped, the DVAC is successful in trapping corrupt government officials, ensuring that they are brought to the book. Now the question everybody asking is, why is the DVAC not successful when it comes to politicians?
The department's official website has a long list of convictions during the year 2008-2009, but surprisingly, only one politician's name features in that list.
VAOs or some firqa, some surveyor who is getting convicted, probably for bribes of a few thousand rupees, where all the kings of corruption are left out. I think that's really shocking.
This appears to be just the tip of the iceberg and looks like both the government and the department owe an explanation to the common man. In Chennai, with camera person Srinivas and Shabir Ahmed, Ramanathan, Ndtv-Hindu. And earlier, Shabir Ahmed, our reporter who carried out the investigation, and Mr. Madhav, an RTI activist, joined us here at our studios.
It is definitely shocking. This is something that has been doubted and been known unofficially, but such documentary evidence for such a thing is absolutely depressing.
Right. Now, Shabir, to you, why is it that even if the politician who has been, who has a case against him by the DVAC, even if that politician's party is not in power, even then the DVAC somehow fails, in some cases we have seen, to convict him or move ahead in this case. Why is it that's happening? If a person who belongs to probably party A and party A is not in power, party B is only going to pressurize him even more, pressurize the DVAC. But in spite of that, most of politicians, even if they're in the opposition party, they get away with it.
Well, it all depends upon their political masters, because the DVAC has been an anti-corruption agency, and it has actually convicted several government officials, corrupt government officials, and they have been also carrying trials on that particular issue. But when it comes to politicians, it all depends upon the high command. It's actually their political masters, because these cases which have been featured in this documents were forged during 1996 when DMK was in power against the AIADMK ministers, and later when in 2001 when the AIADMK assumed office, these cases were dropped. You can see several cases have been dropped at the initial stage, that is the preliminary investigation, which is done with utmost secrecy, and some of the cases have been dropped after detailed investigation, and some of the investigations, some cases they have filed a regular case, that is a charge.
So is it just the DVAC at fault here?
Well, you can't say DVAC is at fault, because the people who operate DVAC is also a body which is functioning under the government. It's not an autonomous body like the CBI or anything else. It's also a part which does not have any powers, because for everything, whatever move they want to do, they have to look up to for their political masters.
Yeah, picking up from there, if the DVAC is a part of the government, so the government also somewhere has been trying to hide DVAC from the RTI Act.
No doubt, and they have they are not meant try to hide the efforts, because they first pass a GO exempting it. Then the Information Commission says no, DVAC still has to give information. DVAC goes to High Court. High Court dismisses it. DVAC again goes back to the High Court with an appeal, which is now pending in the division bench. So I mean, they are hell-bent on ensuring that nothing comes out of the DVAC. No wonder why.
Right, moving on to some national news. Farmer suicides continue to haunt Vidarbha. Statistics from the National Crime Records Bureau shows that in 2008, Maharashtra had the highest number of farmer suicides, almost equal to those in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka combined. And as summer approaches, Sanjay Tiwari reports from the killing fields of Yavatmal, where agricultural debt in just the past 10 days has already claimed more than 30 lives.
Baba Tekam shows us where his son Lakshman hung himself from. The Tekams are cotton farmers caught in the debt trap. Their last crop was much below expectation. Unable to pay back loans taken from the bank and the local money lender, his son chose suicide. Lakshman's wife, too shocked for words, now bears the responsibility of their 3 children, her aged father-in-law and the fields.
पैसे का बाबू भरते म्हणलं राहू दे म्हणले त्याच्या मागे पुढच्या वर्षी पाऊस म्हणलं मी तर मग हे लोकांचे कर्ज होते तर लोकांचे कर्ज थोडं 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 दिले बाकीचे कर्ज राहून गेलं पुन्हा तसंच बैल विकायला गेलो तर बैल काही खपले नाही.
More than 30 farm suicides in a period of 10 days. The activists say the condition in rural Vidarbha has never been so critical.
The extent of the crisis perhaps best illustrated by the suicide of an activist farmer, Balakrishna Ashtekar. Till days before his death, he counselled others against suicide. Like the Tekams, the Ashtekars are also battling a local money lender.
65,000 मध्ये पूर्ण सेटलमेंट ठरवले होते त्यांनी सावकारांनी आणि मग सेटलमेंट होऊ नये त्यांनी वावर डिग्रीला पैसे दिल्यावर.
Activists claim faced with the economic downturn, banks have begun to push farmers for repayment. Local money lenders, who the government claims to have cracked down on, continue to be pressure points.
What is the result after 2010? Government pumped around 5,000, 6,000 crore rupees as a package, 71,000 crore is loan waiver. In result, we back to the zero, we back to square one. Economic crises are so deepened that the money lenders and the banks both are forcibly exploiting the money.
Hopes of farmers like the Temkars and the Ashtekars now rest on the Kharif crop, which is still 2 months away. With Sanjay Tiwari in Yavatmal, Prasad Ramamurthy for NDTV.
But marriages, they say, are made in heaven, but some face too many hurdles on earth. Even as the debate on Shoaib Malik's alleged earlier marriage rages on and speculations are rife that his marriage to tennis ace Sania might be advanced, some right-wing political parties in the country are protesting Sania's marriage to the Pakistani cricketer. But social networking sites indicate that the people are backing the couple on their marriage.
Once a heartthrob of millions of Indians and a poster girl for India, now a few pockets calling her a traitor, all because she decided to marry Pakistani cricketer Shoaib Malik. After the Shiv Sena and the VHP, regional right-wing party the Hindu Makkal Kachchi is the latest to join the bandwagon.
டென்னிஸ் அரங்கிலே சானியா 16 வயதிலே நுழைந்த போது இந்தியாவிற்கு ஒரு தங்க மங்கை டென்னிஸிலே கிடைத்து விட்டார் என்று ஒட்டுமொத்த இந்தியாவே ஆர்ப்பரித்தது. சானியாவை தலைமையிலே தூக்கி வைத்து ஆடினோம். ஆனால் அந்த சானியா ஒரு திருமணம் என்பது ஒரு தனிநபர் சார்ந்த விஷயமாக இருந்தால் கூட ஒரு துளி கூட இந்த நாட்டை பற்றி நினைக்காமல் இந்த நாட்டிற்கு துரோகம் செய்ய நினைத்து தினம் தினம் இந்த நாட்டிலே தீவிரவாத செயல்களை செய்து கொண்டிருக்கும் பாகிஸ்தானை சார்ந்த ஒரு பாகிஸ்தானியரை திருமணம் செய்ய நினைப்பது இந்த நாட்டிற்கு செய்யும் துரோகமாகும்.
22 persons quoted arrest after the protests near the Kannagi statue on the Marina Beach. But as political groups continue to slam Sania, support has been pouring in from fans and people through social platforms like Facebook and Twitter. From cricketer Yuvraj Singh to hardcore tennis fans, everybody on the web is congratulating the tennis ace.
We should definitely support her. She's happy and let it be all right. And I know many people are supporting her on the Facebook and Twitter.
A lot of international support also, and a lot of in the internet also, in the Facebooks, a lot of people are giving her support. So there is nothing wrong of Sania Mirza getting married to Shoaib Malik.
So why all this scrutiny on a star's personal life? Is it because we live in an age of voyeurism, or because Sania is marrying a Pakistani at a time when bilateral relations aren't really good? Or is it a bit of both? In Chennai with camera person Kasi, Nithila, Ndtv-Hindu.
Now, while the bride gets a taste of the raised moods in India, the groom, former Pakistan cricket captain Shoaib Malik, has finally broken his silence over the controversy surrounding his previous marriage to one Aisha Siddiqui of Hyderabad. While admitting to the telephonic nikah with Aisha, Shoaib said in a statement that he was emotionally forced by the girl to get into such an arrangement. The cricket star said that Aisha had sent across pictures of a different girl after they became friendly over the phone. And during his several visits to Hyderabad, the girl turned down his request to meet up. However, now the Siddiquis are demanding a talaq, while Shoaib maintains that the marriage is void and did not require any divorce.
This one is swept, the first one, and that's going down to the boundary.
Do we honor our achievers enough, or do we wait for the rest of the world to recognize them before we wake up? Well, not really. The Ritz magazine has instituted a series of awards to recognize local achievers who have the potential to become icons in their own right. Our reporter Natasha was there at the second Ritz Icon Awards ceremony.
There were actors, film directors, politicians, fashion designers, theatre artists and many more. It was a gathering of a motley group of people, all achievers. The Ritz, a fashion and lifestyle magazine, had its second Chennai Icon Awards show at Hotel Le Méridien. This time around, it wasn't focused on the dynamic ladies of the city. The magazine broadened its horizons to the male go-getters and renowned business personalities as well.
Life starts with a woman, so I thought we should also start with awarding and recognizing and applauding women. This year, of course, if you see, we've got just one woman getting the award, Tanvi Shah. We expanded the scope of the event. We made it broader. We brought in men also, and even retail businesses. So, the scope was extremely huge.
The guest that graced this special ceremony was Union Minister M.K. Aragiri. Among those who picked up the awards were film producer Dayanidhi Aragiri, director Selva Raghavan, music composer G.V. Prakash, fashion designer Chaitanya Rao, stylist Vikram, Satyam Cinema's Kiran Reddy, Academy Award-winning singer Tanvi Shah, and pianist Anil Srinivasan, to name a few.
I knew it was a very proud moment, a very honor. I've been totally honored, an excellent moment. I've been recognized for the best thing I've done for the year, Tamil Padam, which is the best movie of the year. That's what all the press says. I was totally nervous, and even now I'm totally nervous. I couldn't come out of the shock.
It's great that the fashion industry is being recognized. As I had spoken earlier, when I started, there weren't any, people did not even understand the concept of fashion designing. So, and now of course you have a lot of, when I started there was only one design institute in Delhi, and now we have so many.
Since the Grammys, the bar has been raised, so I have to put in, my extra 500% or even 800%, and it's been really difficult, but I think everything being difficult makes it more challenging.
Be the change that you want to see in the world. That's the motto the Ritz Chennai Icon Awards of 2010 is going by. And this being their second award show, the Ritz magazine is certainly determined to recognize and applaud great achievers in the city. With camera person Pradeep, Natasha for NDTV Hindu.
On the other side, we'll show you a high-class thief in action. Stay with us.